So teach me now that things can only get better, can only get better. Now I found you.
Hello everyone, Darth Vegan here, and it is February 2024, and welcome back to another election year election prediction. According to this map here, on electoralcalculus.co.uk, and I was gonna fill in the rest of the map, but can't really be bothered at the moment. So I'll just. I've already filled in Northern Ireland because they don't actually have any polling from there. So you know, I just filled that in with the actual elections of the last election. I I anyway, we'll start off in Scotland, and we'll start with the Lib Dems. They'll win Orkney and Shetland. Also, Sutherland, Kenneth, and Easter Ross. East Fife, Edinburgh West, and Mid Dunbartonshire. Which last election it was called something. I think it was West Dunbartonshire or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was the old seat of um, Jo Swinson before she got booted out. So, obviously, the leader of the party, Lib Dems, that is, at the time. It's now Ed Davey, but yeah. So the Conservatives, they're winning this sort of in the sort of border region and in Dumfries and Galloway and up in Aberdeenshire in the Grampians, and then I think I'll go with Labour. They're sort of in Glasgow. I don't mean to do that, but in Glasgow, and then in Lothian and Edinburgh, as you would expect, and in Fife, and then just west of Glasgow. I think in January it was kind of looking more like that, but now it's kind of projected more seats for Labour as opposed to last month, because Labour have picked up in the polls in the last month. I'm pretty sure that last one was actually brought out on Boxing Day as well, but yeah, there's going to win all these seats in the sort of central belt of Scotland, except this one in Edinburgh. It is Edinburgh, Edinburgh Southwest. That is going to be SNP, as well as the rest of these seats. Obviously, SNP struggling in Scotland, but actually, we'll see if they're still the largest party. Actually, interestingly enough, no. Labour are now the largest party in Scotland, and last time I did make a mistake in because I marked the Western Isles as the Outer Hebrides as SNP when actually it's projected for Labour. My bad, sorry. Then we go to the north of England, no surprise, absolutely just red all round, to be honest. A lot of red. This is, after all, the sort of red wall area. Well, I say that, except for like sort of rural areas in Northumberland. That's not really red wall, but apparently it's being projected for Labour, and sort of as opposed, Lib Dems are winning in that one in Cumbria, and then okay, so that is High Peak, and then that one. There we go. And then the rest of Lancashire. I think this one here was Filder or something filed. I don't know how you're pronouncing it, but yeah, but that is now projected Labour. Actually, no, that is, I'm pretty sure which one is. That's the Speaker seat. There we go. Don't want to categorise something that, because whilst he was a member of the Labour Party, once you become Speaker, you have to give that up for impartiality, and all of Merseyside, Liverpool, most Labour part of the country. So, and then in Wirral, Greater Manchester, all of that is now projected Labour. And to be honest, even if the polls narrow up, let's be honest, all of Greater Manchester and all of Merseyside are probably going to go Labour. And then Warrington, and then Cheshire. I don't think all of Cheshire will go Labour necessarily, but that's what it's saying at the moment. And then moving on to Yorkshire now. And those are the seats that the Tories are projected to win. That's it. Those 4 seats. The rest is just a sea of red. Including, no surprise here, the South and West ridings. Which a lot of these are held by Conservative MPs, and I think they kind of include sort of North Lincolnshire as part of Yorkshire. So I guess that one in North Lincolnshire is Brigham and Immingham. That one is also Conservative. As well as just basically the entire west side of Lincolnshire is projected Labour. The east side of Lincolnshire is heavily Conservative. I'll say that much. And actually, that one, Ashington, that is now, actually, which one is Ashington? Not that one. That one is Ashington. So, but now it's, looking like it's Labour. I think it was an independent last month. And then, Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire, all just red, to be honest. And then in the West Midlands County, except I know one's Sutton Coldfield. Which one is this? Aldridge Brownells. That is. So yeah. But the Conservatives hold Aldridge Brownells, Sutton Coldfield, and Solihull, the 2 seats in there. But Labour in for some reason the name for some reason the name of that city is escaping me. Coventry. Bloody hell. So and then in Staffordshire, Labour is gonna pretty much sweep the county, but there are areas in Staffordshire that are so conservative, including this Panhandle area, which is it's called Kings Winford and South Staffordshire. So basically, South Staffordshire. And then northern bit of Warwickshire and Stratford upon Avon. And then Conservatives in those rural areas. I think that's it for Worcestershire, and then in Worcester and Kidderminster and that other place. Project Labour. Then Labour in sort of the middle bit of Shropshire, and then the rest of Shropshire, the north and the south, and then Herefordshire is Conservative. And then Leicestershire, sorry. Obviously Leicester is very Labour city, but yeah, Labour winning in most of it. Yeah, Conservatives holding the area that's Rutland plus whatever you call it. And then in Northamptonshire, sort of Corby and Wellingborough and Northampton itself. Those are projected to swing to Labour. Wellingborough, actually, this month they are having a by-election. And I do think it will go Labour, to be honest. Now, before I move on to the south of England, I want to move on to Wales and Plaid Cymru in the west of the country. And then Labour literally everywhere else, including in Powys. Yep. Brecon, Radnorshire and Cwm Tower, which last month was projected Conservative, is now Labour. And then moving over... Oh, I forgot to fill in the rest of Lincolnshire. Anyway, moving on to East Anglia. So, Cambridge, Peterborough, Norwich, including Norwich North and Ipswich. Yeah, I mean, for some reason it showed the map is a bit funny there, so it's but Great Yarmouth I think is projected Labour. As well as Lowestoft and South Norfolk and East Suffolk and West Suffolk, which somehow those areas are project Labour, but and then North Norfolk, Lib Dem actually now, and then the middle bits of Norfolk and Suffolk, very much Conservative, and then sort of areas of Cambridgeshire around Ely and March and everything. Thinking about the when I'm on the train and I go through Cambridgeshire. But yeah, no, actually, that is South Cambridgeshire is Lib Dem, and then Labour projected to win all of Bedfordshire, including Bedfordshire, the one that they picked up in October from Dean Tories, and sort of the northern bit of Hertfordshire. And Watford and that other one, it's bothering me, but it's Projector Labour, Hemel Hempstead. There we go. And Conservatives in only 4 of actually no, not because that one is also Hertfordshire, and it's so 5 seats in Hertfordshire, Essex. South Southend East and Colchester and Chelmsford, Harlow, and then this other one that I'm not sure what it's called. Harwich and North Essex. Okay, North Essex basically. Then Conservatives, obviously. Yeah, Essex is very. Essex is quite conservative. So they're gonna win in obviously Clacton and Southend. Oh no, actually, Thurrock is projects a coat Labour. There we go. And then in London is not looking good for the Conservatives at all, as they win 4 seats. There. There. And there. The Lib Dems doing quite well in. Obviously, they're going to hold their seats in sort of Kingston area. That's what I'm going to call it, the Kingston area. Because I'm not sure what those other 2 are called, but I know one's Kingston. And then Labour, or actually that also that one for Lib Dems as well. And then Labour literally everywhere else. Very Labour City, London. So it's no surprise that the majority of seats in the city are projected for Labour. Feel free to skip ahead if you want. This is quite boring. There we go. And then Kent. So, sort of this whole area, not including Maidstone, is quite conservative. Then Canterbury, Margate, Canterbury, which they currently hold, actually, Labour do. And sort of going down towards Sussex. It's Thanet. It's East and West Thanet. So West Thanet is conservative and these rural areas, and Maidstone. I think that constituency is actually in Surrey, but go off. I was conservative anyway. And then the Conservatives also in Sussex are projected with these sort of rural areas, as well as this one along the coast. It's quite interesting in Sussex, where pretty much every party is projected to win seats, including, obviously, the one Green seat. Well, actually, say the one Green seat. It's looking like the Greens could win in Bristol Central, but I'll get onto that later. And then the Lib Dems in Eastbourne and that other one between Eastbourne and Brighton. And then, sorry, quite conservative area, but Labour are winning there. Which one is that one? Woking. Gotta love that Woking is Labour. Get it? Because it's woke. And then Lib Dems in those two. So Lib Dems is 2 and Surrey, Labour as well. But yeah, this is quite a conservative county, so don't expect too much. And then Buckinghamshire, Milton Keynes, and then, yeah, pretty much leaving the Conservatives with 3 seats in the county. Oxfordshire, similar story, except this time the Conservatives are holding but 2, not including that one, which I accidentally characterised as Labour. And no, there is also that Lib Dem seat in Oxford West. But yeah, Slough obviously in Reading, Labour in Bracknell, and then this other one, Conservatives. Funny enough, in 3 seats. And yeah, Labour are, the Conservatives seem to have a minority of seats in some of these southeastern counties, which are traditionally Conservative, but Aldershot, Basingstoke, Southend and Portsmouth, Labour, as well as the Isle of Wight, which I know is technically a separate county, but it's whatever. And then in the middle of Hampshire. Conservative everywhere else, so it's still quite a conservative county, but less so. And now we move on to the West Country. So, Swindon. Did not mean to do that. Swindon and Gloucester and Stroud. There was, again, I'm not sure about the name of it, and to be honest, some of these are probably called something different, but I'm just going off what I'm accustomed to. And then in Canterbury, no, not Canterbury, Cheltenham. There's a Lib Dem, as well as Bath, and there's, damn, I do not know the name of that one. Thornbury and Yate. I should remember that one, because it sounds like Yates. God, I missed that pub. And then, yeah. So most of Bristol is Labour, but Bristol Central, Green. So yeah, that's quite an interesting one. That it's looking like it could go Green. Bristol is quite. I suppose Bristol is quite a vegan city, as well as Brighton. So kind of makes sense. And then yeah. So like Weston-super-Mare and those sorts of north. Here is in North Somerset. And then sort of all these seats, Lib Dem, and then this. I need to learn the names of these seats. Dorset South, there we go. And then, can you please stop doing that? And then in Bournemouth and Poole, which I think Poole was looking conservative before, but now it's not. And then the rest of Dorset, very much Tory. The rest of these in Somerset, and then in Devon. So Labour in Exeter and Plymouth, sorry. And then, funny enough, Central, Devon Central, and then Lib Dems here, which I need to learn the name of this one, Devon North. Very, very inventive names here, but yeah. Conservatives pretty much everywhere else in Devon. What you expect? It's a very conservative county. And then these two in Cornwall, and then Labour in the middle of Cornwall, and Lib Dems in the south of Cornwall. I just want to learn the name of this one, to be honest. St Ives. But yeah, that's it. That is, oh my god, that is a huge Labour majority. 452. Right here. 452 for Labour. 128 for the Conservatives. SNP 18, Lib Dem 29. So, yeah, So if this was the result, it would not be a good night for the Conservatives or the SNP. Quite good for Labour and the Lib Dems, as well as the Greens. And so this is it. This is it. The sort of poll prediction as of February 2024, and yeah. So, if you enjoyed this, maybe think about subscribing, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.